is a little after 4 o'clock on Thursday afternoon, and Sam came and picked me up at the school, and we are driving to Missoula, Montana tonight, and then we have about an hour and a half drive tomorrow morning to get to Lincoln, Montana, where we are going to participate in a live-only auction. So there will not be any online bidding, which is why we're driving to Montana. There are several pieces of equipment potentially that we're interested in, and so like a loader, a telehandler, there's a trailer that we might be looking at, a side-by-side. Anything else? I think that's it. So, or unless we just decide to buy the property that's for sale there. Second home, rent it out, something. Probably not highly likely not going to do that. So we kind of have our price range in mind for the equipment. I have promised Sam that I will not get caught up in making people wanting to make people pay more, because they're likely going to get whatever we're bidding on by trying to increase the price. So I won't do that. I won't get caught up in bidding and go over our bid. I won't be bidding at all. I will sit politely and quietly on my hands and let Sam do all the bidding. But I'm just excited because I've never been to a live auction, and I'm just assuming that it's going to be a lot of fun. And unfortunately, we have a 6.5 hour drive before we get there tonight. So if we're lucky, well, at the earliest we would get there at 10:30, but we know we're going to stop for dinner and probably have to make some pit stops along the way. So worst case, we were figuring we'd get there about midnight, but hopefully it'll be earlier than that. So we get to drive through some really pretty country. We're going to drive up through northern Idaho, which is beautiful, and then into Montana, which is also beautiful. So for the next lot of bit that I know of, it's all going to kind of look like this, and then all of a sudden we're going to get into some more like forest, mountain terrain. So we've got some scrub brush, sagebrush, dry grass stuff for a little while, but we'll show you when the scenery gets a little prettier and just give you random updates along the way. We've been driving for about an hour, and the scenery has changed quite a bit. So now we're into the windy mountain road portion with the pine trees and not much else. So it'll be this for a long ways. So we'll just keep driving. Hopefully time will pass quickly and we will get there soon. Or it will feel like we are there soon once we get there. So it's been a really long time since we drove up this way, and I just completely forgot that at some point you drive down pretty far and you get out of the trees. So we're back to just brown with not very many trees, but the mountains are cool, like the side of the hill and stuff. Just, it's different than the foothills and things for around Boise and around where we are. It just, they look like foothills, but they're really, really big foothills. So, yeah, so good drive so far. Just thought I'd update you on slightly strange scenery change, and then bigger, chunkier mountains. So who knows what'll be next? I'm excited to find out. So I don't know if the camera really does a good job, but what is the word? Like the way that the stuff out there looks. The Idaho's terrain, I don't know, something, landscape, something, where there's a word for it. I don't know what it is. Just can be so different. That we're in Grangeville, right? Around Grangeville now, and there's still mountains out there, but there's a lot of really flat wheat fields and just hundreds and hundreds and thousands of acres of just fields. And from, what, basically 2 hours that we went from the landscape around Weiser, all that sagebrush and foothills, to mountain forests, to this. Oh, it's just cool, I think. So who knows what we'll see next, because I think after this we haven't been on the road or in the area that we're going to be driving in. So we've been up to Kooskia before. Oh, we're going to have a head-on collision apparently. Oh no, changed our minds. We've been to Kooskia before, but we haven't really been past Kooskia going towards Montana. So yeah, now we're getting back into foresty scenery a little bit. So anyway, I just thought it was cool and it's different, and I know a lot of places have a lot of really pretty landscape, but just to be able, in just a couple hours, to be able to be somewhere so different, I just think it's cool. So I was wrong in my time before. We've actually been driving for almost 4 hours. Grangeville is in the Pacific time zone, which I did not realize. I don't know when we entered the Pacific time zone, but we had, around Grangeville, we've already been driving for 3 hours, and it's been almost an hour since then. So now we're back into this kind of rocky mountain, pine trees on the sides of the road, hilly terrain, or more similar to what we were in before, but I feel like the rocks on the edge of the road are a little bit bigger and closer. And then there's, I don't know if you can see it, the river over there. So it's more similar to what I think of around McCall and Cascade in that area, but we're up above, I don't know where we are. We're above Kooskia. So I don't know what part of the state this is, but we're 120-ish probably miles away from Missoula. So I don't know how much longer we'll have light and when we'll cross into Montana, but if we can see it, I'll show it to you, and if not, I'll show it to you on the way back. Okay, so we made it to Missoula last night and spent the night, got a good night's sleep, and now we are back on the road on the way to Lincoln, excited and nervous about all the potential parts of one being at a live auction, and two, what if we don't get anything, or what if we do get something? I'm going to be vulnerable and admit my lack of smartitudes. I told Sam when we got in the car this morning, or the truck this morning, I said, I thought they called this Big Sky Country. The sky looks exactly the same as it does at our house. I expected it to be so much bigger. And I don't know what I was expecting, but yeah, I mean, there's mountains and then there's sky, and why is it big? I don't know. If anybody knows, can you tell me so I don't have to feel so dumb? But it's pretty, and I love the area. It's beautiful country. It just doesn't look all that much different than what I've seen in Idaho. So, I don't know. That's all I got for now. Wow. I don't know if you can see it because of the sun, but there's a huge herd of elk out there with those cows. I don't think you can see it because of the sun. But, yeah, they were just out there like they were part of the cows. So Sam asked if since the elk were with the cows, does that make them cow elk? Which I thought was funny. So, but we're kind of out in where it's a little more open, and I think I kind of get the whole Big Sky thing now, because even though the landscape and the terrain isn't all that much different than parts of Idaho, I don't think it looks this, like you can't see this much of everything from, like, even if you're out by Mountain Home and stuff, it's just not this open. This is stupid, but it's just all the way around you. Apparently this is my day for saying stupid stuff. It's not just today, it's every day, but yeah, it just, I don't know. I guess I get it now. Sorry, Montana. I just wasn't ready for you. But now I can appreciate your big skyness. We were just talking, well, one, we so I'm trying to be subtle here because Sam didn't want us to be the weird out-of-towners that were videoing everything. But this is at the auction, and I was just showing how many cars there were at the auction. And then trying to be, like I said, very subtle and just kind of show some of the things that were up for auction and that we were thinking that we might get an opportunity to bid on. So there's a couple cargo trailers, and the building is being auctioned and the acre that it's on, and then there's also 75 acres of property that is up for auction. This was the tilt deck trailer. I'm trying to be very subtle. There's the loader, the telehandler, and the side-by-side in the back. There's the building that all the inside stuff is in, but they were auctioning that. We were not there for the property. Well, we are leaving the auction with absolutely nothing. That was quite the experience. Yeah, when we left, they were bidding on a tilt deck trailer, and it was up to 10 or 1100. 10 or 11,000? Yeah. Oh, because it started at 5,000. Yeah. Our expectation and price range is not what this area auctions for. A live auction was super cool. I'm glad we were there. It was fun to watch. I did. I raised my hand one time to bid $10 on an extension cord and very quickly was outbid. So, yeah. So we're going to stop and get some lunch, and then we get to drive 8 hours home. Yeah. But it was beautiful country, and I'm glad we came, and it was just a fun overnight trip, and we will be talking about this for years to come. So this is the Idaho-Montana border. So we are officially leaving Montana. Goodbye, Montana. It was fun. Your prices are way over out of our price range. Hello, Idaho. Your prices are way over out of our price range too, but at least we know what to expect when we shop in Idaho. Montana just completely boggled our minds. But it was a pretty drive. It was a fun overnight trip, and we're glad we went. I'm glad we went. I think Sam's a little on the fence about whether it was worth the time and effort of driving all this way, but I'm glad we went. So even though we didn't get anything, it was fun. So unless anything exciting happens, we should be home around 9:30, I think. Yeah. So like I said, unless anything exciting happens, that's our trip to Montana for no apparent reason. All right, we are not quite home. We still have, I don't know, an hour-ish, but we were rewarded with this beautiful sunset, and so we just wanted to share it with you. It has been a very eventful 24 hours, a little over 24 hours. Not exactly what we thought we were getting into, but we had a good time. Good trip. So we're getting a little tired. We would really like to not be in the truck anymore, but like I said, hopefully an hour at most, and then we will be able to be home and relax. So hope you enjoy this beautiful sunset as much as we are. Okay, we made it home safely. We made it before 9 o'clock, which was when it said that we would be home. So we are going to go to bed now. Thank you so much for watching.